take off, take flight with you. For we never fly, but we're flying.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Take Flight Podcast. This is episode number 181, and I'm back again with a Take Flight Takeaway episode. This week it's me, Shuwel, one of the four hosts of Take Flight Podcast. And for those that are new, these Take Flight Takeaway episodes are short, bite-sized episodes of around 10 minutes where each of us take turns to share some takeaways and learnings which we think would be of value to others. In case you haven't checked out any of our previous takeaways episodes, I highly recommend you check them all out. Now, back to today's episode. In this one, I will be talking about my executive MBA experience, the 3 reasons why I think MBAs are overrated, and 3 reasons why I think they are underrated, and closing with my concluding thoughts. So some context for those of you who are not familiar with what an MBA is. MBA stands for a Master's in Business and Administration. This is typically a master's program that people in corporates do, corporates being large companies or in the business world. On a course like an MBA, you're taught about many different variables of a business, from finance to marketing to sales to leadership, etc. And you're able to do this across most business schools across the globe. Typically, the most famous business schools are in the US and the UK, with some now in France and other parts of Europe as well as Asia. Now, the reason why I wanted to do an executive MBA program, it's been on my bucket list since I started my corporate career in 2012 when I was working internationally in Switzerland to do an MBA program at a particular stage. Now, going into the program, there were 3 things that I was looking for. One, I wanted to look for a prestigious university, so reputable place where I can learn from the best. 2 was the opportunity to network with people. And 3, I also wanted to learn and apply everything in real time. So rather than becoming a full-time student, I wanted to learn and then apply everything in the ventures that I am involved in parallel. Now, that was a context. So over the years, I was thinking about when to apply and how to do it. And then in 2020, around the pandemic time, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to invest in my education and to apply for an MBA program. So with those requirements that I've just mentioned beforehand, I looked at different business schools. I looked at Oxford University, Cambridge University, London Business School, also even considered going to the US as well. But based on my requirements, the university that met all those requirements was the University of Cambridge. So I applied and got into the program, and I started that in September 2021. And it was the executive MBA program where I was learning in parallel to my professional career and ventures beyond that as well. Now, that started in September 2021, and now we are in May 2023. And I've just concluded a 20-month program. So I look forward to hopefully graduating soon. But now, as I've got to the end of my 20-month program, I thought it would be good to give some reasons from my experience of why I believe MBAs are overrated, and also reasons why I think they're underrated, and then my concluding thoughts. So first of all, why I think MBAs are overrated. Content-wise, there is nothing you can't find on YouTube or a podcast or a book. Now, of course, I'm generalizing here. All schools have got also their own proprietary content, etc. But generally speaking, with most MBA programs, the content that you have there now is available everywhere online. Now, we are living in an unbelievable age and era of information being available to us through some of those platforms that I've mentioned. And I think content-wise, now you can get all this information for free online somewhere, and in great mediums as well, whether that's videos, podcasts, articles, even with Chat GPT, for example, being able to give you a great answer for some concepts as well. Content wise, I think now more than ever, you can find content that would be presented in an MBA. You can find that online. So that's a reason why I think MBAs are overrated. The other reason why I think they are overrated is the time and cost element. Now, with all programs, this will take multiple months, especially programs where you're meeting in person with classmates. This will take a time investment and also a cost investment. For most good MBA programs, good being from reputable universities, you're looking at very high 8-figure amounts. You're looking at very high investments. So tens of thousands, some even in the hundreds of thousands. So with all of this, there is a time and cost behind it. Now, you have to sit and think to yourself, if I was to apply that same amount of time and cost and investment to a particular business idea, or to invest in your existing business, or whatever you decide your path is, it's something that's worth thinking about. And I think nowadays, where there are so many options online to learn different things, do different things, it's worth thinking about the time and cost. The third reason why I think they are overrated is if you're a full time student, you are foregoing a couple of years where you could be in the market applying everything that you're learning in real time and seeing impact and results straight away, and then able to iterate and figure out, is this working? No, let's try this. No, let's try this. This is working. Okay, let's double down on this. If you're studying full time, you can't do that. You're just essentially being given lots of frameworks, lots of models, lots of things to figure out, and you can't apply this in real time. And by the time you get to the point where you can apply this in real time in the market, a lot of these frameworks may have just gone over your head and haven't been embedded because you've just been learning from a textbook rather than applying. So this, I think, is a reason why MBAs are a bit overrated. If you're doing it full time, you can't be in the arena applying things in parallel. So it's something to think about if you're thinking about considering an MBA program, whether to go full time or part time. So those are three reasons why I think MBAs are overrated. Content wise, there's nothing you can't find online now. It's a significant time and cost investment. And is it worth doing full time if all you're doing is learning and not being able to practice this? Now, on the flip side of the argument, three reasons why I think MBAs are underrated and extremely worth it. And this is from my personal experience. Number one is network. In the program that I was part of, I was part of a group of 130 leaders that are coming from multiple different industries, multiple different nationalities, and with an average age of 38 in the class. I'm now 32. I was able to tap into a wealth of that experience and network. Outside of an MBA program, of course, nowadays online, you can reach out to people, you can connect with people. I've been super beneficial of a network that I've been able to create through LinkedIn, through Instagram, through this podcast, where I've been able to connect with people from different backgrounds and experiences. But outside of this online world, in terms of real life networking, there aren't so many ways where you can meet with senior, reputable leaders in a closed environment where you're learning together. You're in a safe space where you can share really what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're going through, and also be able to learn from this super experienced group. I don't personally know of any other ways where you can get to that network and be able to experience that. So that's why for me, this MBA program has been invaluable because of the network that I've been able to develop. The second element, which I just touched upon, is the experience. So network is great. Okay, cool. I'm connected to 1,000, 2,000, 20,000, 50,000, a million people. Great. But what about the experiences of the people that you're connected to? Now, through this program, as mentioned, people are coming with a wide array of different experiences and backgrounds. But on top of that, these are all proven leaders that have done extremely amazing things in their space, whether that's in the charity sector, whether that's in the military, whether that's in entrepreneurship, whether that's in business. Everyone that was in that room has come into it with a specific pedigree and track record. And I've personally loved that because I can learn from them and, of course, give my value and contribution from my experiences as well. So for me, the experience that you get in the room of doing an MBA program is extremely valuable. And then the last piece, and I personally think this is the most important, the value of applying everything you learn in real time. So for me personally, I have learned enough frameworks and theories to last me a good few years. But what I got the most value from was everything that I could learn in a weekend class. On Monday, once I'm back into my business or my role or my project or whatever I'm working on, I can apply some of these frameworks in real time. So, for example, when I was doing the executive MBA program in my corporate role, I was responsible for a team where we were launching a product. Now, I don't have a background in sales, I don't have a background in marketing, but I could learn about some of the frameworks in marketing and sales that were working very well for different people in different industries. I could go back to my team on Monday and speak to the marketing head, speak to the sales team, and understand, okay, from their perspective, what do they think is working? I could offer some actual input and ideas and opinions on, okay, based on this, why don't we try this, etc., etc. You combine all of that together, and we were able to have a very successful launch process. Now, of course, that's not because I'm doing an MBA. It's 95% driven by the amazing team that I had. But at that point, because I had learned about these frameworks, I could have a good quality conversation with my team, and then we can see the results straight away. Another example is learning about the financial side of things, how to financially model projects, how to look at things to see, is this really worth the investment in terms of time, etc. These are principles that I was able to learn on the MBA, and I've been able to apply this with ACG, with the real estate side of things, and we've been able to scale even more and embed a very high quality level of investor as well into now our business. So these are all things that I've been able to learn on the course and apply in real time and see the results. So of course learning is great, but for me personally, I've realized that I need to be applying everything at the same time. Otherwise, you kind of lose the value. So those are the three reasons why I think MBAs are overrated. Content wise, there's nothing you can't find anymore. Time and cost is a heavy investment, and you've got to think about, is it worth doing this full time? And three reasons why I think they're underrated and they come across with extreme value is the network that you're able to develop, the experience in the room that you can tap into, and then being able to apply everything that you learn in real time if you decided to go down the executive route, which is what I did. So in conclusion, guys, like everything in life, it's what you make from it. Personally, it ticked the criteria that I was looking for going into it. I wanted the network, I wanted to broaden my knowledge, and I wanted to apply what I was learning in real time. Plenty of people have done phenomenal things without an MBA or even a degree. So I don't think it's a prerequisite for success at all. It depends on the individual. But for many other people, having this structured program, this structured education has helped them go up a level or move into another area that they're looking to evolve into. Personally, I think do whatever works for you. Any investment where you're investing in yourself, your skills, your knowledge, your network, long term will always pay the best returns as long as you commit to it and stick to it and ultimately finish these things. Then over a long enough time horizon, I do genuinely believe everyone will win. So guys, that's the end of this week's Take Flight Takeaway episode. In case you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. You can find me on LinkedIn, Shuwel, or Instagram at Shuwel1. Please make sure to check out our previous takeaway episodes and also leave a review and subscribe on whichever platform you are listening to us on. We'll be back next week with a new episode for you, the flyers. Keep on taking flight and flying high.
Take off, take flight with you. Yeah, for we never fly, but we're